Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot Moving, and it's all smiles for Cleveland Brown fans, and especially Shedeur Sanders. All right, now last week, not a good game. Okay, if you're just gonna look at it, take it for what it is, it wasn't a good game. Okay, but against the Baltimore Ravens, having to come in for backup duty for Dilion and Gabriele, I believe right after the second half or early in the third quarter, something like that, right? But and he struggled. He struggled, but even in his struggle, though, I mean, he didn't look, shaky or whatever. I mean, it looked like a guy that was coming in running an offense that was for him, and he has to work with the plays that he's comfortable with, right? So, he had to have his trial by fire moment, and in his trial by fire moment, he didn't look that good. But, that's my assessment, right? It doesn't mean about his long term. I didn't think he was going to be any good or anything like that. I was really just kind of like, we throw him in a game like this, and it's all. I mean, whatever. If the media's gonna run it and make it look bad for that game, whatever. Honestly, I wouldn't even play the rest of the season. I would have been like, nah, don't put me in a game. I'm just kidding. Should have never do that, obviously. And then fast forward to this week against the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. Right now, Shedeur Sanders only 11 of 20, but it was good. He had a huge touchdown bomb. I forgot who it was too. Was it who was it big? He had a big bomb. Was it the Judy? I don't know if it was the Judy or not. No, it wasn't Judy. It must have been one of the Samson or Bond, one of them, whatever. I think passed to Judy, and Judy dropped that shit, man. I'm like, god damn, dog. But I was like, that's just Browns football in a nutshell. Had nothing to do with Shedeur, but I mean, Shedeur had to wait his turn. He had to wait, and there's a lot of talks. Will he play this season? Kevin Stefanski. All these conspiracies, but I ain't taking conspiracies, but more like he just doesn't rock with it. That's not his guy. He's not gonna play Shedeur Sanders unless he has to. Now, if he had put Bailey Zappi in or something like that, people would have lost their mind. I'm like, what the hell y'all trying to do? But the dude has an arm, right? He had an arm, and I saw he had an arm in Colorado. He made plays like this in Colorado. The off-script plays. Yes, you build an offense around him, but then you know that he can extend plays and whatnot, and he's going to bring a level of dynamic to the offense, dynamic play to the offense. Now, all that being said, we understand it's the Raiders. Okay, I'm not going to act like he's going up against world beaters, but the Browns aren't a good team either. Okay, so both teams are bad. Okay, so you can make the case that the Raiders got more talent than the Browns, so you can make that argument, right? I mean. Okay, so and if he lost this game and looked bad, and it's against the Raiders, I mean, that's another goalpost move in the negative direction for him, right? So he still went out there on the road in Las Vegas, knowing that it's a big moment. It's going to be even though this game wasn't broadcasted everywhere, other people got other games. Nonetheless, though, people were tracking your performance, right? Social media was tracking your performance, so it was going to be big. And you see the Browns playing, and it looked like they just had they had some extra life. They felt like the Browns went into this game feeling confident to win this game, and I feel like that's because they believe that I believe the team believed in Shedeur Sanders. Not that they didn't believe in Gabriele, but Shedeur Sanders brings a certain level of what you want to call a it factor, a gamer man like mentality that you think that we got a full week to prepare. He took his lumps against the Baltimore Ravens, and he's learned from that, and now he can really lock in and know what to expect, or kind of get a taste of being an NFL game with live bullets and everything like that. That now, you get to, be in an actual game that counts on the schedule. The team hasn't been having the best season, obviously. They're looking for a bright spot, and they go ahead and push it to Sanders. He had to wait. Now, look, how could the Browns season have been if they had truly let it be a true quarterback competition between the ones and twos? Sorry, the twos and threes, fours, whatever it was. And, the assessment was like, okay, let's get Shedeur a shot. Yeah, but you got to put Dilion Gabriele in because they drafted him. You got to go through the whole NFL ritual practice of we drafted him ahead of you, even though it was third, fifth, sure, whatever. Even though we know that Shedeur Sanders was a projected first-round pick. Okay? And he looked like a first-round rookie out there. He did, talent-wise, right? You know, you're not going to see a lot of rookies make a throw like that for their first starting NFL game. You're not. No. Not too many can make that throw. You know, they played a very conservative offense, though. You know, only having throw for 20 times. Okay, consider that. You know, Stephen can fans. I mean, that kind of shows you that. That tells me that they had a very condensed, you know, play calling for him. Considering that Dilion Gabriele was getting the bulk of the workload and having more plays, so he's, you know, there's games where he was throwing all over the place, right? But he's able to put up 200 plus yards on only 20 attempts. That's really good. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, what can you do? And look at this, man. Ashton Gentry, my God, man. What a tough season for this rookie. Man, tough season for Raiders overall. But anyways, though, you see, like, what could they have done if they had, you know, really put something together for Shedeur Sanders and pull the umbilical cord early. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Give Dilion Gabriele 3 games, give Shedeur 3 games, or, you know, early in the season, what if they really had invested in Shedeur Sanders, right? Who cares if Gabriel was a 3rd round pick, right? What did eye test tell you? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to be president at the moment. It's just one game. But nonetheless, though, it's one game that means the world of Shedeur Sanders to lead his team to victory, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to water down a game because of the competition. Water down a game because you don't like Shedeur Sanders or whatever it is. Like, oh, it's the Raiders. Because there's going to be a lot of that type of talk. Okay, but if they had lost that game, y'all still would have been talking regardless, right? But from the eye test, looked good. You know, he had that 1 interception, whatever. Bounced back from it. The team but they controlled this game for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Defense played very well, too. Got to give defense the credit. Myles Garrett had a sensational game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and he braced his single-season sack record. Myles Garrett, Hall of Famer. So, you know, this gives hope for guys like a Myles Garrett that, you know, is Shedeur Sanders the future going forward? We don't know yet, right? But it's a step in the right direction, right? Is Dilion Gabriele the future? I don't know. That's still to be determined, right? But it seemed like just the electricity just seems to flow a little bit better for Shedeur Sanders, right? You know. So, anyways, y'all, what y'all think about this, man? Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.